We caught up with Paul Helmke in Washington just a week and a half after the Tucson shootings. For the past 4.5 years, fighting for new gun control laws in our nation's capital has been his life's work, and we found he is a very busy man, as you'll see in this News Channel 15 exclusive.
This happens way too often in this country.
By this, Paul Helmke means mass shootings carried out by killers armed with powerful assault weapons.
No brainer on this issue is to ban these high-capacity clips.
30-round clips like the kind used in the Tucson massacre. As president of the Brady Campaign to prevent gun violence, this former 3-term Fort Wayne mayor is now leading the charge for limiting firepower.
I'll put another 2-3 years probably in on this at least.
Unless burnout catches up with him first, that is. Helmke's life in Washington is hectic. Our day with him started at his office, where he tried to catch a breath after a long morning meeting.
I'm just checking the rest of my messages, and then we'll head over.
No time for lunch. It was straight off to Capitol Hill for a pre-news conference strategy session with Congresswoman Carolyn McCarthy, who, with Helmke's help, will announce a bill to outlaw high-capacity clips in the U.S.
He had other arguments, policy-wise, why he might oppose it.
From there, it's a quick ride on the congressional subway and into the Capitol building to meet the media.
This isn't a Second Amendment issue. This isn't a partisan issue.
Paul Helmke acknowledges Americans do have a right to own guns. The Supreme Court decided that recently when it struck down Washington, D.C.'s gun ban. However, that ruling also made clear that gun ownership is not an absolute right. Helmke says that's where he comes in, fighting for common sense gun legislation.
I am not anti-gun. I'm not trying to take your guns away. I'm looking for some common sense.
Which to Helmke also means banning certain high-powered assault weapons, giving more funding to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and requiring background checks for virtually all gun sales.
There are things we can do that don't affect the law-abiding, responsible citizen one bit, other than maybe having to stand in line or wait for a background check 3-4 more minutes.
Persuading lawmakers, he admits, is tough.
We've got too many Republicans buying into this NRA myth about what the Second Amendment means, and we have too many Democrats buying into this NRA myth about how powerful they are and how politically unpopular this is.
But Helmke feels good about his work nonetheless. He feels he's brought groups calling for moderate gun control together to speak with one voice, and he's training the next generation of advocates, people like Colin Goddard, a survivor of the Virginia Tech shootings, who now works for the Brady Campaign.
Paul's been more than a boss. Paul's been a mentor. He's, a politician, lifetime politician, has been involved with this issue for so long that he can offer me insight and suggestions and help that I can't get from anyone else.
Paul Helmke is 62 now. I asked him if running for office is finally out of his system. His answer, if the right opportunity comes up, you never say never.